come here to sing Fridays and Sundays, and they have jazz here. And they have like real famous jazz people that come here. And that's where I met my boyfriend at Slide Hampton. I met him here. We went together for about 6 years until he passed away last year. My name is Mary Aiken. I was born in Charleston, South Carolina, and I came here in 1941 when I was 1 year old. My mother moved here. My grandmother had already been here, and my brother, but my sister and I stayed. My aunt, my father's sister, took care of us. When they had the migration, they had to come up here to get jobs, and that's why I came up here. I lived on Pacific Avenue in the 40s. My father came home from the war in 1945. In 1950, we moved to Communipaw Avenue, 277. The house is still there. 277 was right next to the railroad. The train would stop right there. The neighborhood kids would go in there and take things out of the train. That was the worst place to stop. So they used to have book covers and radios. And you know, at that time, the transistor radios had just started coming out. We used to have cartons of transistor radios, pencils, book covers, everything was in there. Now, that railroad ran all the way up to Virginia Avenue. We would jump on the train if we needed a ride, and we would jump on the back of the train and ride all the way up to Virginia Avenue, and then we'd get off and go where we had to go if we wanted to go up on the hill. Talking about the chances we took. My mother was looking for a babysitter because she worked all the time. She found a lady named Miss Parker at 600 Bramhall Avenue. That house is still there. And that's really where I grew up at. Let me tell you about 600 Bramhall. Gloria and I weren't foster kids, but everybody in the house was foster children. At that time, everybody had a job to do. So Gloria and I was like 4, and Gloria was 2. At that time, the sinks was like real high, and Gloria and I would sit up under the sink, and we would pop the beans. Everybody in the house somebody would start a song, and everybody in the house would sing that song at the same time. I call it the singing house. Everybody in the whole house would sing. Somebody would start a song, and then everybody started singing the song. That memory I can still hear the music from that house, everybody singing at the same time. And that was one of the things that made me start really wanting to sing, even though I loved to sing. Like I said, when I was little, I used to sing all the time. Turn the radio on and I would sing every song on the radio. That's why I know a lot of songs now, because I used to sing every song on the radio. Let me tell you about Grace Church. When I was very young, Grace Church used to give out food and clothes, and I would always hear people say, if you need something to eat, go to Grace Church. And I used to always say to myself, wonder what this Grace Church is. And so when I started going to Ferris High School, that's when I met the people from downtown. And all those kids went to Grace Church. So my girlfriend, Sandra, one day, she said, you want to come to Grace Church with me? And I said, yeah. We would go to Grace Church, and I joined the YPS, the Young People Fellowship. And the young lady that was in charge of us, her name was Ann. She used to take us to way out South Jersey. At Christmas time, we would go all around all the different neighborhoods singing Christmas carols. So when I first got to the post office, the guys from the post office were like right out of the service, so they were used to giving people orders, you know, and talking to people any old way. So I was like one of the first women to come there. Maybe there were like 2 women there before I got there. A lot of the supervisors were like kind of mean because they didn't want the women there anyway because it was like a man thing. So when the supervisors would tell me to shut up, I would, no, you don't. You have to learn how to talk to women. That's not what you do. And me and a couple of the other women, we calmed them down. We made them respect us because it's about the respect. At the post office, Bill Anderson was deaf. I wanted to communicate with him, and the supervisors didn't know what to say to him. So I would say, don't you know anything to say to this man? So they just said, no, we don't know. I said, well, that's a shame, because it seemed like this man got here, seemed like you all would learn something to say to him. I found out that they had sign language class in 27th school. So I started going there. I took my niece there. She was like 7. And we all went to sign language class. And fortunately, it was on a Saturday, so we were able to go. So I took about 5 of my friends from Camp Liberty, and we went to sign language class. So my niece, at that time, she was 7 years old. So she would go to sign language class with us. And now she's a speech pathologist. And so she carried that with her, and she signed much better than I do. So at that time, I took a course in Jersey City State. And as I was walking through the hall, I saw Carmine. This is the second time I ever saw him, but he recognized me. So he said, you know, we're having auditions for the camp. So I went to audition. There was like 100 and something people there. And I said to myself, oh my God, all these people. At that time, you did the theater games and just had fun playing. My girlfriend lived down the hall from me. And I went right to her apartment. I said, Sandra, there were so many people there. All those people went to college. I know they're not gonna pick me up. So she said, well, maybe they will, you never know. So sure enough, that night he called me. He said, we want you to come and work at camp. I said, really? Oh, I was so happy. So that's when I started working at Camp Liberty. That was in 1977. And I worked there. I'm still working there. But because I was fortunate enough to be creative, I made up a whole lot of arts and crafts that I did on my own. Carmine would send me to the daycare centers because nobody else liked the young kids. But I love the young kids. I like every age. But I was the only one that would do daycare. DIFAS had a lot of daycare centers. So I would work in all the daycare centers with DIFAS. And then after that, then they hired me to be a consultant. And I would go there and I would do workshop with them, and I would leave them whatever I did, all the papers, all the songs that I sang. Sometimes they would take tapes of the music that I sang, and some of them still have it, some of the music that I sang. Camp Liberty gave me an award. It's called the Mary Aiken Award, and children could go to camp under the Mary Aiken Award. You know what I think about music? I think that music keeps people alive. It really does. In 1999, I got real sick, and I was in a coma for a couple of months. All my friends would say, they tell me now, that there's so many people coming up there. And the nurses would say, talk to her, because you never know. Maybe they hear you when they're in a coma. So Zuli started singing this song that I made up. In order to retain sign language, I used to make up little songs or sing a song in sign language. So Zuli started singing this song that I used to sing. Good day, everybody. Good day, everybody. She said, Mary, I started singing this song, and you took over the song, and you started singing out loud. And the nurses came running in, and they looked down, and they said, I don't believe I don't believe that she's singing. She said, you sang the song all the way through and then went right back into the coma. And about a week later, I came out of the coma. When I came out of the coma, everything was so strange. That's why I believe that music keeps you alive, because it seemed to me, that music brought me back. Just the fact that Zuli started singing that song, good day, everybody, good day, everybody, good day, good day, good day. And that's why I made that song up. This place means so much to me because then I have a chance to really do what I really want to do, which is sing jazz. And I'm not the best at it. I don't care who's better than me because I feel like I'm doing me and I'm not worrying about what other people do. They have some real good jazz people that come here. And I just admire the fact, I'm just happy at the fact that I'm in their company, you know. This is my most favorite song. Bernard said to us one day, I'm having a show at the Masjid, and I want you to sing a blues song. But I didn't know any blues, so I went home and I made up a song called the Jersey City Blues. And it goes like this. I'm going to Jersey City, Jersey City, here I come. I'm going to Jersey City, Jersey City, here I come. They got some good-looking fellas, and I'm going to get me one. I'm going to be standing in the middle of most louds, standing in the middle of most louds with my Jersey City baby, and I'm going to make him mine. Well, I might take a plane, might take a train. If I have to walk, I'm going just the same, going to Jersey City. Jersey City, here I come. They got some good-looking fellas, and I'm gonna get me some right now, Jersey City.